What's good with y'all, man? I tried to make a video. I'm 2 blunts deep, so I'm thinking a lot, and I really wanted to get my thoughts out here. Because lately I've been watching a lot of YouTubers, and I've been watching them really break down things, I guess I would call them philosophies, and it's things that I think are on a similar wavelength to that I don't necessarily get out, you know what I'm saying? And I just like, it was really like eye opening to me, because who can really calculate all the thoughts that we have throughout the day? It's got to be millions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't remember the first thing I thought about, let alone every one I've had throughout the day. My mind is like a fucking race car. You know what I'm saying? It just lap after lap after lap. So I find it really intriguing just speaking about things. And as men, as a collective, we are very philosophical beings, like we'll think about some shit that women will find stupid. Like we'll sit up here and talk about how the bitch didn't have a leg. Could you fuck her? She didn't have a prosthetic on. Could you fuck her without the leg? And you gotta look at the nub while you have it in the air. I might even say you had to lick the fucking crevice. These conversations I've really had with my niggas. Really had that. Really sat here and thought about, could I fuck the peg leg bitch? Could I really do it? Is she bad though? Yeah, she bad. Big ass titties. How big? Triple D. She give good head? Yeah, she give good head. Okay. Yeah, I fucked shit out that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, we'll have really passionate philosophies, and I think that is one of the great things about being men. In this struggle of heartbreak and red pill rage and putting yourself first over everybody, not even just a woman, when you're at the point where I'm at now, where it's the aftermath of all of that shit, and you're just thinking about how am I gonna build my life, what are the steps I'm gonna take, how do I get there? You have to cope with these feelings, with these emotions. You have to cope with finding an identity. Well, your absence of one, but now you're finding one, and it can be challenging, to say the least. But when I find so many other men are like me or in the same boat, it's crazy to really think that, because oftentimes you feel alone, where you don't know if anybody understands what you're going through, if anybody really gets you, and I see this on YouTube, and I see there's always these niggas. I've seen one that's younger than me that speaks on this shit, but it's always niggas that's older than me because I forget I'm so young and I have all this game, but niggas really break shit down and they really in the same boat as me. They are just starting their life. The brilliant thing about manifestation is it will bring people to you and in your atmosphere that are going through the same shit you're going through, who feel the same way you feel, because your vibration is what attracts them. Your vibration is a very powerful thing. Very powerful thing. Manifestation is a gift. But once you get, we're all one consciousness, you understand how easy it is to get the things that you want/need. You know what I'm saying? If you spend your time thinking about a bad bitch, I promise you, today or in the coming days, you will find a bad bitch. Simple as that. You a smoker and you think about smoking, you're gonna find a way to get some cigarettes. You're gonna find the time to go out there and get that. You're gonna be attracting that thing. It's positive and negative. You understand? Like, manifestation is a very useful tool that I'm just discovering how to use. I didn't know that. There were very dark times in my life where I would be fixated on something, a trauma or something that I was interested in the time, and like clockwork, I would find it. When I was really worried about women and having sex all the time, I would get these bitches that were identical to the way I was feeling, and they would be bad bitches. They would feel how I feel. I was in a depressive state, so A bitch would match that shit and we're both depressed together. Horrible relationship. Horrible relationship. But your mind state is a very powerful thing, man. That's why it's important to nurture your body, your mind, and your spirit, because we're all one. You know, like, I don't even look at myself as a person. I tell y'all all the time, we are gods. We are gods, you know. We are gods, so we have to think like gods, act like gods, walk, talk, speak, drink, fucks. You know, we got to be gods. We have to. And in the simplest form, that is being unlimited. Unlimited is having no fear, is having no restriction. You have all the power and you're free. Free. Free as a slave that's let off his chains. Free as a man that's out of prison. Free as a man that just took the world for everything it has. Went through the fire and made it out alive. That's free. What are you? Are you gonna stay stuck in this shit? Are you gonna stay stuck in a single-minded mind frame? Are you gonna expand, bro? This is a reality that we are forced to deal with. The world is a play, my nigga. We are all actors in this bitch. We are all actors. What kind of roles are you taking? What kind of films are you grossing? Who are your co-stars? Make that conscious decision, or it will make it for you. Best believe. Best motherfucking believe. When you get to the state of consciousness, you seriously sit back and just watch it all unfold. You already know the script too, as you're learning it. And when you're blessed with foresight, you can really see, really see things before they happen, man. I got 10 years ahead of me that I can see. You know. I just see how people are acting, how things are going, and I'm just sitting back, smoking, looking at it. For real. Just looking at them, watching how they maneuver. It's so common. You can predict people so easily because there's really nobody strives to be different. Nobody wants to stand out. Everybody wants to be the same. That's why having confidence and having a clear head is such a dangerous thing. It seems so minimal, but it really shakes up the matrix because you stand out. Like, I don't consider myself an extraordinary ass dude. I don't. I'm very low key, you know, and I think of myself in a low key manner, but people see me and my aura is just captivating. It's what they all tell me. My aura is captivating. I am really intriguing, you know, not to toot my own horn, you know, just being honest. But it's my nonchalantness that makes me so amazing to them. It's because I don't fall for the shit, man. I've seen it. I remember experiences when I was a kid and I couldn't really grasp things, but I always had the intuition with me. Like, I could always tell when I was doing something wrong. Like when I would lie, when I would tell on myself, when I would, you know, when I would hurt somebody, when I would steal, I always felt it was wrong. And it was on a deeper sense. It wasn't just, oh, I'll get caught. It's like, why would I want to do this? Why would I want to hurt myself or hurt others? You know, and it was a really empathetic feeling that I just now remember feeling at 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. You know, that's a lifetime ago. And I remember feeling that shit, and the feelings were just so intense. You always have, like, once you awaken to who you are, you'll realize that everything was done for a reason. These challenges that you go through, they're just, they're there to build you up. They're there to make you into the person you are today, make you into the man that you are today. Everything that you go through isn't made to hurt you. It's made to better you. The more challenges I've had, the more I've grown, and I've grown seriously. Like, the nigga I used to be a couple years ago, y'all wouldn't even recognize this man. It definitely wasn't no beard. It definitely wasn't no long ass hair. I definitely wasn't skinny. I was You know, people used to tell me like I was lost. Like people look at me now and it's like a rebirth, and I'm still growing. I'm going through another rebirth, man. I'm gonna be a different man in 2 years. I can already feel that shit. I can feel it. By the time I hit 21, who knows where this channel will be? Who knows where I'll be? I'm playing the long game. I'm not playing the short game. Niggas is looking to make some easy come ups. I'm looking to survive. I want longevity. I want to be remembered 2 years, 3 years, 10 years from now as a nigga that was like a chameleon. He just changed so much. I want to go through different stages. Like, who I was at 16 is not who I am at 19. Who I'll be at 21, 25. 19-year-old me will look up to that nigga, and so on. I want the constant change because life is always adapting and you have to get comfortable with it. It doesn't accommodate to you. You have to accommodate to it. You know, the laws are just the laws. And I find myself always wanting to be better, always competitive with myself and spirit. Like the man I was yesterday, I'll seriously like look at my days and I'll analyze them. I'll look at what I did good, what I did bad. And what I did bad, I'll learn from it. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done this. I didn't do enough here. It's a constant like beating yourself down just so you can lift yourself up. You know, it's like I'm nitpicking my shit because I want to be the best me I can be. You know, always. You know, want to be the best me I can be. So I challenge myself and I look at the good and I still want to be better than the good, but I accept that, you know. I know what my traits are and I know what my weaknesses are. I look to improve every day. That's something that you have to do as a man, because if you don't, if you're stagnant, what's gonna come of your life, bro? Things demand different stages of your life demand a different man out of you. When it gets time for me to have kids, I'm dying. Okay. When it gets time for me to have kids, my maturity will skyrocket. The things I do now, I probably won't even do no more, man. Things I used to do won't even matter. The things I went through won't even matter. My life will be for me and for my kids, man. When I get to that point, everything I do will be for them. I can already feel that. That's real shit. When I make it to where I want to be, when I have the material aspects, when I achieve my dream, I'll be different. I'll be different. That's something you gotta be willing to do. As we see this world twist and turn, and as it slowly burns to the ground, who are you gonna be? Are you gonna let them make that description for you? You gotta be tough, my nigga. You gotta be grounded. You gotta make foundations. You gotta be thinking all the time. You gotta look to save your money. You gotta find ways to make multiple sources of income. You have to find ways to captivate your audience. Because like I said, we are actors, my nigga. You gotta find ways to make yourself intriguing. What is the best thing about yourself? What is the worst thing about yourself? Find that out and make sure you captivate that shit. Make sure you, when you cut yourself, dog, you don't want to bleed blood. You want to bleed everything you are. You understand? When you leak those fluids, it wants to be something that is beautiful. You don't want to see or feel pain. You want the world to experience who you are. When you come out of this human shell, this frame, and your soul leaks out, you want to be extraordinary in your own right. You don't gotta be famous. You don't have to be outspoken. You have to be exactly who you are, and you have to be the best version of that person. How else do you expect to get the women? How else do you expect to get the money? If you're like every other nigga, that money gonna run out if you make it big. Them women gonna take your shit. You ain't gonna be happy. If you don't go for broke, my nigga, if your cup is filled and it don't run over, what are you doing? I never understood how people live that life. I remember I was in middle school and I was just at an all-time low depression, and I'm not sure why, but like I would wake up every single day, brush my teeth, be late going to school every day, always late, could never get out on time, go to school, fall asleep in class, get yelled at by my teachers. They couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand a nigga. I just wait all day to do my 7-hour bid, go home, play the game for a couple hours, ignore my homework. On a rare occasion, I did do my homework, do that, go to bed, do it all over again. It was the most boring shit ever. Like, I was just like, is this all life is for me? And I'm a kid, I shouldn't be feeling like that. But I'm like, is this all life has to offer me? If this is my life, or if I'm just doing this, the same routine with work, or if I'm just like, till I die, like, what is the point of being here? Like, there was no I can't even say this right, spontaneity. There was no like switch up. My routine was the same. Life was just boring. I felt like a robot, and I knew that this suit and tie shit, this 9 to 5, is not me. I'm doing what I got to now, but this assimilation, just working in a factory, just what you go to school for is what I'm doing now. Flat out, this is what they train people for. The education system was the same one that was built back when they was getting kids to work in factories or coal mines. It's that follow the leader. This is your scheduled break time. Ask me questions, raise your hand type ass shit. Bullshit ass agenda. Same thing I'm doing now. I never wanted to do this, and I don't want to. I'm grateful because I can put food on the table, I can provide for myself, and I can stack my money, and I can do what I got to. This is the do what I got to phase of my life until I get to the life I really want to live. You know what I'm saying? I do what I got to, and I never wanted this life. I never wanted to be where I'm at. I wanted to be greater. I'm perfectly happy with where I am because I'm going hard, but this is not my final destination, is what I'm saying. I always wanted more out of my life, and I always saw, like, even with the perspective I had before the retention, I always thought in a higher consciousness. Like, when I used to stay in the hood, when I went back there a few days ago, I used to stay in the hood, and I used to look at everything. It was normal to me. I knew everybody knew me. You know what I'm saying? I knew that life. When I left it and I come back, I moved out to the suburbs. I'm out in the suburbs, and I see white people walking with their dogs. I see all the houses are still intact. There's no broken glass in the street. There's no bullets on the ground. There's no fucking crackheads. There's no prostitutes. There's no gunshots, helicopters, no trains, no SWAT cars, no screaming. That hell is gone. I'm no longer in hell. You know what I'm saying? I go back there, and it's just like the whole environment. Like, as soon as you step foot in there, you can feel the negativity. It's just like, it's growling. It feels like the belly of the beast in poverty. It really do. It was such an intense feeling being there. And it really, like, I try really hard not to let things or people affect my energy, but it was hard, especially when you're at a funeral in the hood, my nigga. Your whole vibe just shut down, bro. You just like, you look at it in a different way, and it's just like, that's not how I want to live. Everybody else is doing what they got to. They've been doing that their whole lives. No wonder they're on drugs and they drink. No wonder. What kind of life is that? I never wanted that. I never wanted child support. I never wanted to be ruled by anybody. I hate authority. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted those things. So I chose to go a different path. What kind of path are you going, my nigga? What type of thoughts are you thinking? What facts are you spitting from your mouth? We cast spells, bro. You don't realize, like, all that shit you see, you thought was a fairy tale, we actually live. Pimping is real. Magic is real. Astrology, spirituality, spirits, they're real. The Illuminati, that's real. Everything is real that you thought was fake, and everything is fake that you thought was real. There is no happy endings. There is no cuddle up by the campfire while your children are out roasting marshmallows, laying with your wife, everything is good. You can't become president. It's nice to have a vivid imagination to know that you can chase the life you want, but the life you thought you wanted by social conditioning is not what you really want or need. It's not real. Free your mind, bruh. Think. Think. You gotta be different. I'm out this bitch. I'm high as a motherfucker.